Let's be honest, someone has probably told you never take a loan to invest, right? But what if I told you that might not be entirely true? Today we are unpacking one of the most controversial questions of our time. Should you take a loan to invest? I'm breaking it down in a way that's real, practical, and not textbook theory. Because everything is not always black and white, the first thing we are supposed to consider is, let's start by asking this: why do people take loans to invest? Number one, it's a lack of enough capital. You have the idea, you have the plan, you have the research, but you have no money. So a loan seems like the best solution at the moment. The other reason people take loans to invest is the opportunity window. Sometimes you don't have time to save slowly. Maybe land is cheap now, a business deal is time sensitive, or stocks are crashing. Opportunities like this won't wait for your paycheck. The other number three reason people take loans to invest is leverage. Smart investors actually use loans to multiply returns. Think of real estate. Buying with a mortgage, earning rent, then property value goes up. You're playing with other people's money and still getting your return at the end of the day. So always remember, leverage is using borrowed money to make money. The other thing I'm going to discuss is the risks no one tells you about. So now let's keep it real. Taking a loan to invest is not a walk in the park. The first thing you must know, these are the risks that come with taking a loan. The investment might flop. You can take a loan for a business, but the sales are slow. Now you're repaying a loan with no cash flow. The other risk is high interest loans kill profit. If you're repaying 18% interest and your business returns 12% annually, you're already losing. The other third thing, and this is not commonly talked about by people, is the emotional pressure. Debt adds stress. It can mess with your decision making. Sometimes you panic and sell or even close down too early. This means that your business is not making enough money if you close down early, because there is a certain amount of money your business is supposed to return so that you can make a profit. Let's also consider the emotional stress that comes with taking a loan. So when does it make sense to take a loan to invest? These are some of the factors you should consider while taking a loan to invest. Number one, when the return is predictable. So say you're buying a matatu with a non-daily income and you've done your route analysis. It's not guaranteed, but it's measurable. Because once you have the matatu, you know this route is usually busy, I can get this amount of money. That one is kind of practical because business is a risk. The other thing you have to consider while taking a loan is, do you have the experience to open? Maybe you're taking the loan to open the business. When do you have the experience? If you've been running a small thrift business, taking a loan to boost your stock may be a better decision for you, because you know how the business operates, you know what sells out fast. So that is a good decision to take money to add stock onto your business. Other time it makes sense to take a loan is when it's low risk or it's an asset backed up loan. What do I mean by this? In case you're taking a loan for land, for real estate, or for vehicles, this can be tied to something that holds value. Even if the investment flops, you still have an asset that you can sell so that you can be able to repay the loan. As we proceed, I just want to share some of the things, and this is the main thing that's changed my life. There is good debt and there is bad debt. Good debt is money borrowed to generate income or grow wealth. Bad debt is money borrowed for consumption. This is like for clothes, for trips, and such and such. So the real question is not, should I take a loan? The real question is, will this loan make me richer or just make me look richer? There's a difference. Will it make you richer, or is it going to make you look richer? This is where the clothes come in, this is where the trips come in. This is what I mean by good debt and bad debt. So the loan rule number one, you should never forget: never borrow to impress, only borrow to progress. If anything, if you don't take away anything from this video, just take this one: never take a loan to impress, take a loan to progress, always. So let's break it down with real examples, right? Let's say James took a Sacco loan of 300,000 to buy a car, and this car he bought, he put it in the Uber service business. He calculated his daily income, fuel costs, maintenance, and repaid his loan in 12 months. He now owns the car debt free, and he can now make his money gladly with no debt. On the other side, we have Lydia, who took a digital loan to buy stock for the new business. Mind you, she hasn't researched on this business. She doesn't know what sells. She's new in the industry. She sold very little. The interest of the loan keeps piling up. She gave up and is still repaying the loan to date. You see, these two type of situations, Lydia got into the market where she hadn't researched. Now she's still paying for the loan, and remember, this business of her flopped. So she's left with the burden of the loan, and the business flopped. So those are two baggages. You have the loan, you have the interest, you have your personal life, and even your business flopped. So some of the lessons we can take away from Lydia is: you cannot borrow hope. You borrow strategy backed with numbers. Now, as I finish off, we're going to discuss some of the things you're supposed to ask yourself before taking a loan. Number one, can I repay this loan? In case the business flops, will you be able to repay the loan? That is the question number one. Number two, is the return higher than the interest? Because it doesn't make sense. Your loan is just generating interest over interest you have to repay, but the business is not giving you enough money. You understand? Yeah. The other thing you have to understand: do I fully understand the investment? Is this investment I'm taking going to give me money to be able to repay the loan? Ask yourself that. Now, you have alternatives. It's not a must for you to take a loan. You can use other options like crowdfunding. You can use Shamas. You can partner with someone else to start a business, and there's also saving your little amount of money till it accumulates to now start up a business. So those are some of the options you have. Always remember, debt can speed you up, but the wrong loan can also throw you into a lifetime of stress, because you have to repay back your loan. And the main question for this video was: should you take a loan? Yes, that is the answer. Yes, you can take a loan, you should, but only if it's smart, calculated, and backed with knowledge. And no, if it's just for the hype, don't take it just for the hype. Now remember, if you don't take away anything, the main thing to note from this video is good debt. The rule number one for every loan is there's good debt and bad debt. Always remember that. That's it for today's video. Remember to smash the like button if this helped you understand debt in a new way, and subscribe for more raw, practical, and more financial truths. And let me know in the comments, would you take a loan to invest? Why or why not? That's it for Catch Up with Elaine. Catch you guys on the next video. Goodbye.